It's week 14 of the National Football League, and front and center is Sam Laporta. He's going to be a busy man in the passing game. It's the Lions and the Packers under the lights on Thursday night.
Welcome in, everyone, to this presentation of the National Football League on EA Sports. We thank you for having us in. Mike Tirico, Greg Olson, 3 months in the books. Partner, now it's December. It's the best month of the NFL season because the games get more important as the weather gets a little bit colder.
And this is where you find out who the real teams are and who the pretenders are. Do you find yourself not only in the playoff conversation, but can you now play good enough ball down the stretch to not only be in the conversation, but actually find yourself in the postseason?
They move Laporta, sending him in motion. First carry for David Montgomery.
Second down at these distances, Mike, you pretty much anticipate a pass, and I think that's what the defense was lined up thinking. In this case, they leave a little too much room on the ground, and the offense is able to pick up a first down.
They move Laporta, sending him in motion. On 1st and 10, here's Goff. That's a short one caught by Laporta. And no chance to turn and go. That one good for just a couple. Second down and 8. They move Laporta, sending him in motion. You'll find Montgomery out of the backfield.
Personal foul, unnecessary weapons, defense. Automatic first down.
Set to go now on 1st and 10. Goff to throw, and he got rid of that one quickly before the receiver even knew what was going on. That's incomplete. We'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. To throw is Goff. Right side, it's Laporta, the tight end. What can they do here on 3rd down and 7? Throwing here is Goff. They'll set up the screen to Montgomery. Oh, he'll get out of bounds. A gain of 8. That's going to be good enough for a first down.
Offensively, landing a lot of body blows on this drive, Mike. Just the ability to steadily march the ball downfield and remain so efficient, both run and pass. As they continue to wear this defense out, they have to find a way to end this drive with points. Anything short of that would be a bit of a letdown.
On 1st down, it's Goff. That's to the big tight end, Laporta. It'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3. 2nd and 7. They move Laporta, sending him in motion. He's got it at about the 8, and he will score. Jameson Williams. Touchdown, Detroit. His 6th touchdown now for the season. A terrific way to start this one. Not only a touchdown, but a nice long march down the field. Makes it a long walk back to the bench for the defense.
Mike, that's about as good as you can imagine starting a game offensively. To be able to sustain that many plays and be able to cap it off with a touchdown, that is a dream start for this offense.
Bates, good, with the extra point. And the Lions will take a 7-0 lead. Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. This will be returned from the 6. And he's brought down right at the 25-yard line. Here comes the pack, and here comes Jordan Love. 5th season quarterback, but Greg, just his 2nd as a starter, waited his turn and had a really good first year as a starter.
Really solid all-around performance last week, Mike, and I think the biggest factor that led to the win is his ability to continue to protect the football. He executed the offense, ran it exactly how they designed all week in practice. Now, it might not have been earth-shattering performance statistically, but they got the win. If he can continue to play that style of ball, it's going to be a tough group to match up.
Jayden Reed was the intended target, and that will lead to a 2nd down. Now the first carry of the game for Josh Jacobs. And he's fighting to get free. A lot of work there for a gain of 3. Here's 3rd and 7. Out of the shotgun, it's Love. And they will continue to go backwards. He's taken down for a 2nd.
Sometimes, Mike, your greatest strength can also be a little bit of your weakness. In this case, he is so used to being able to buy more time with his feet, extend the play, give his targets more time downfield to uncover. In this case, nothing materializes, tried to do too much, and as a result, takes a big loss.
On 4th down, the Packers turn it over to Daniel Whelan to punt. Back deep, Khalif Raymond. Crazy. And he'll get a few yards back here on the return before being forced out of bounds. So Jared Goff and the Lions offense getting set for this next drive. And he's putting together a remarkable season, currently leading the NFL in passing yards as we play here in the month of December. They'll go play action with Goff. In trouble, and he's going to be taken down.
The best thing they did here, Mike, is keep their rush lane integrity. What that means is you have to rush the quarterback as a unit. Keep him in the pocket. Keep him on that X. And when you do, man, he becomes a sit and duck for this pass rush.
He is met and dropped. A couple of yards behind the line of scrimmage, too.
Well, not a great start to this drive offensively. You take the sack on 1st down, and you're thinking, all right, let's go to the ground game. Let's pick up some of the lost yardage. But then you take a loss again, and now it sets up 3rd and real long, and you find yourself in a tough spot.
They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
This offense has to find a way to be better on 1st and 2nd down, Mike. Living in these 3rd and long situations, must pass, is not a recipe that their offensive coordinator wants to operate in.
Now a fair catch, and he'll take it at about the 24-yard line. The Packers offense ready for their 2nd possession. Will try to establish some tempo as they start this one with 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground with Jacobs. And he finds a little bit of space. He'll take this forward for a gain of 4. There you get a look at his numbers on the ground a week ago as a part of their victory. Throwing on 2nd down, Love. He finds Jayden Reed for the grab. Well, he's brought down. That pass is going to pick up 4 and bring up 3rd down. We'll try to run it here with Jacobs. Looking for room out on the edge. Not going to find it. As a matter of fact, I think they tracked him down behind the line of scrimmage. Good job by the defense, and it's 4th down.
The idea here for this offense is you're not really thinking necessarily touchdown. You're thinking 1st down. Let's get a fresh set of downs here and reset. But in this case, they suffer a loss, and it brings up 4th down.
And that is good coverage by the punt team as they meet him and bring him down. The home team's offense ready to take over as we check out the playoff race in the NFC. Still, a lot can happen between now and the end of the season, but the cream is starting to rise to the top as you look across the NFL. So they start this on the ground with Montgomery. And he's going to be stopped in his tracks. He'll lose a couple of yards on that one.
Well, they try to get the run game started here early on this drive, Mike, and they're just going to have to do a better job up front. There's really nowhere for this ball carrier to go. You never want to lose yards on first down, but that's exactly the case here.
And that'll go for a gain of 7. And it's going to set up third down.
And this is where the versatility of the tight end position really starts coming into play. Not only do they have to line up with their hand on the ground, but they can occasionally split out in
the pressure gets there, and down he goes back inside the 20-yard line.
Really nice start for this defense here early through the first quarter. 2 different players each recording a sack. Offensive line's going to have to get together on the sideline with their coach and identify where's the weakness in our protection, how can we get extra bodies and extra attention, because we still got a long way to go in this one.
1 quarter in the books here on a Thursday night. It's the Lions who have the early lead. And we are back to the Motor City in a moment. From the 39, here's a 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Love. The catch is made. This is Tucker Kraft. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield.
This is what every offense looks to do, Mike. They want to attack the middle of the field. That's the most valuable real estate in football. And oftentimes, that's where the chunk plays come. Give it to your receiver on the move and let them do the rest.
They'll come up here, 1st and 10. Here's Love. This one is caught by Reed. And he'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3. They'll run out of the gun with Jacobs. And he will not be able to get free, picking up only a yard. Now it's 3rd down. Here's Love to throw. This one intercepted. He works free, right side. And he's going to bring this one back the distance. Touchdown, Lions. Nothing the defense loves more, Greg, than the opportunity to not only stop a team, but turn them back around the other way. A touchdown on the pick 6.
Yeah, the defense just loves getting their hands on the ball when they can, Mike, but it is extra special when they're able to capitalize and take it all the way back for 6.
These are the ones that rip your heart out on the offensive side. Bates, good, with the extra point. And the Lions move out on top, 14-0. The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. The return starts from the 5. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. Josh Jacobs and the Packers offense heading back onto the field. And he continues to be a thorn in the side of defenses trying to stop him. Currently 2nd in the NFL in rushing. On the ground, it's Jacobs to start the drive. He'll move the pile forward. Let's give him a couple. DJ Reader, as usual, from that interior spot with the play. He'll stay on the ground with Jacobs. And he is stopped in his tracks. Loss of a couple on the play.
Anytime the running back is forced to chop his feet in the background and never get to top speed, you know that play's not going anywhere. And that's exactly what the defense was able to force here by getting penetration. Great job there, stopping this play before he...
And they will continue to go backwards. He's taken down for a second.
Sometimes you just have to know when the play is over and live to play another down. He has pressure coming right at him, and instead of just throwing the ball away, he tries to escape, he tries to get creative, and he ends up losing a lot more yards than he should have.
Here's Daniel Whelan now, as he'll hit this from just outside of his own goal line. And he looks up and he's taken down right away. Maybe fortunate just to hold on to the ball as he was tackled immediately after hauling that one in. 1st and 10. They move Laporta, sending him in motion. Goff going to throw here on 1st and 10. This one complete to Amon-Ra St. Brown. A gain of 14. Good for a quick first down. Out of the shotgun, it's Goff. A throw complete to Tim Patrick.
These are the play calls, Mike, that offensive coordinators use to just get their quarterback and their passing game into some sort of rhythm. Easy pitch and catch, get the ball out of his hand, see a completion. These typically, as the game goes on, lead to bigger and bigger gains.
He'll get it inside the 20. And he's in. Sam Laporta. Touchdown, Detroit. This defense continuing to give up points. Greg, you've been on offenses like this. This has to feel great when you're on a roll like this.
And it's really twofold, Mike. First and foremost, just like you said, every offense in the league works all week. We want to start out fast. We want to establish some early rhythm and play our style of game. They've certainly done that. Now, on the flip side, what does it do to your opponent? It takes them completely out of their game plan, knowing this early in the game, they're chasing points.
Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. A safe kick taken at the 5. And he is stopped at the 25. The drive will begin there. Packers offense ready to go as we give you a look at the current playoff race. And there is still a lot to play for. Every game is critical. Teams fighting to play one of the 7 playoff spots that are up for grabs.
I just don't love the look of this offense so far in this game, Mike. I mean, this first half, they've been flat, they've been lethargic. There hasn't been a lot of urgency, and we saw it again on this last play. Simple handoff, no gain, same story.
Just pushing defenders out of the way as he surges forward for a gain of about 5. Here now, 3rd and 5. Now Love. He'll let this one rip, looking for Watson. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Potentially very big call here. On the handoff, this is Jacobs. Trying to find somewhere to move forward, but nothing going. Tackled for the loss of a yard. Now after the run, we get a stoppage for an injured player. Lost one on the last play, so now it's 2nd and 11. Love. The pressure, too much, and he goes down. That is Marcus Davenport in there for the sack.
This offense just continues to struggle to find any sort of rhythm. And now part of it is self-inflicted wounds. But the vast majority of their struggles has just been their inability to pass protect. You can't expect your quarterback to settle into the game and have any confidence operating out of the pocket. But the second he hits his back foot, the play's over.
Trying to connect with Romeo Doubs that time. And it's going to lead to 4th down. Here's the punter now. He's on to punt it for the 4th time tonight. And And he's not going to get anything out of this one. They force it laterally out of bounds. No gain on the return. The Lions offense getting things in order as they trot out for this next possession. They've opened up a big lead already, trying to put this one to bed maybe before halftime. Another drive starts here with 1st and 10.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4 at the 25.
They move Laporta, sending him in motion. Throwing on 2nd down. Goff. Get this complete. It's Williams over the middle. And he'll be taken down as we tick down to the 2-minute warning. That catch number 40 on the season for him. So, from the 36, it is 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Goff. He'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3. They face 2nd down and 7. Now, Goff. A toss, left side, caught by his running back. And they'll work this close to a 1st down, maybe just a tad short. 3rd and a yard. He'll get this one complete to St. Brown. That's his 3rd catch of this first half, and good enough for a 1st down.
And that's an important conversion, not only because it keeps their offense on the field, and now they can go down and see if they can steal some late points. But either way, worst case scenario, Mike, if you're the offense here, you want to possess the ball going into halftime. Don't give your opponent a chance to go down and score on you. So big pickup there. Now we'll see if they can turn it into some points.
Goff to throw on 1st down. You'll find Montgomery out of the backfield. The Lions call their first timeout as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. A good spot here, 2nd and a yard. Goff. Pass complete. It is St. Brown. And that's going to be a 1st down. A pickup of 9. Now Detroit's going to use their 2nd timeout as they'll stop it just a little bit over 30 seconds to go in this first half.
1st and 10 at the 24-yard line.
Here's 1st and 10. Goff to throw. He's got it at the 7. And he will get into the end zone. Tim Patrick. Touchdown, Lions. And the show continues. What a first half he's had, Greg. A 3rd touchdown pass with that one.
Mike, what stood out to me the most so far is just the amount of space these guys have had to operate in. I think if I'm this defensive coordinator, me and my staff at halftime are revisiting this game plan. They obviously felt good about it coming in, but I don't think there's anything to feel good about thus far.
Bates, good, with the extra point. And the Lions move out to a commanding 28-0 first half lead. They didn't leave much time on the clock to put together a drive here at the end of the first half. And the kickoff's coming their way. They're trying to pin him deep. They'll take this from the 3. Across the 20, they'll mark him down before the 25-yard line. And that's where the offense will take over. The Packers offense going to get it one final time in this first half. They'll try to get this a bit more respectable before the break. It has not been their half to this point. Let's see what they do on this drive. 1st down now. The Packers go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in the opening half. A 2nd down throw for Love. The right side, catch made by Dobbs. That's a timeout for Green Bay. It'll be their 2nd as they stop it with 13 seconds to play in this opening half. And he's close to a 1st down to gain a 9. Nice pitch and catch on 1st down. On 2nd down, Love. They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
I think the biggest issue and why they find themselves trailing in this game, Mike, has really just been the ups and downs of this passing game. At sometimes, he's highly accurate and efficient, but at others, he just misses too many easy throws. Question is, are they...
Oh, and he's going to go down. He could not get rid of it, and that's going to bring an end to this first half.
With the score, Lions 28, Packers 7.
All right, Mike, thanks very much. We'll get back to you and Greg in just a moment. But first, let's give everybody a look at what's coming up later this weekend around the NFL. We'll start in the early window and begin up in Minneapolis. A tough one for the homestanding Vikings, as they'll be forced to reckon with the Atlanta Falcons. Good games in the late afternoon as well, one being out in Santa Clara, where it'll be the 49ers taking on the Chicago Bears. And one final game to highlight is the Sunday night extravaganza, and they've got a good one this week between the LA Chargers and the Kansas City Chiefs. In the first half, it was the veteran quarterback Jared Goff who had command of the offense. He connected on 3 touchdown passes in those first 2 quarters, as his guys have built up a sizable lead here at the break. The highlights from the first half, all one-sided. This one got out of hand early, and now you have to wonder how these teams will approach this second half.
Because
this one's already close to being in the bag, if it's not already.
Will we get a turnaround? Let's find out. The third quarter is underway. He'll get this up to the 28-yard line. Nice place for the drive to start. Jordan Love, the rest of the Packer offense, ready for their next possession. The numbers have looked good this season. Case in point right here, right up there among the NFL leaders in touchdown passes. On first down, it's Love. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be second down. Out of the shotgun, it's Love. Now he'll run. Love going to get to the ground, avoid the contact, and pick up a first down.
It's a gain of 17 yards. And the Packers first down.
On the ground, it's Jacobs. Not much there, maybe a yard. Now, following the run, one of the offensive linemen leading the way is a bit shaken up. Here's 2nd and 9. To throw is Love. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing third down. On play action, Love. Taking off, he'll try to get there. He'll get a dozen out of that one, scrambling his way to a first down.
First down, Green Bay.
Throwing is Love. Completes this one. That's Christian Watson. Following the completion, we'll get a stoppage here for an injured player. As the athletic training staff looks at him, we'll step away for a moment. They'll work now on 2nd and 4. From the gun, it's Love. This is taken in by Dobbs. And they will take him down at the 20-yard line. They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. Dobbs headed in motion. They'll run the draw with Jacobs. And a good run there. Going to get him 5 yards. They'll break the huddle. It's 2nd and 5. Once again, it's Jacobs. And the Packers are going to have a 1st and goal coming up. They try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
1st and goal at the 9-yard line.
In motion, Reed. Here's Jacobs. He's going to lose yardage. How about the defense standing up in the red zone? They'll mark it at the 10.
Anytime you run a draw, you're hoping the linebacker reads pass and starts dropping into his pass coverage. That's what creates space for your running back to get going. Well, not this time. The linebacker saw it from the jump. He's able to penetrate in the backfield and take the runner down for a loss.
He'll take this one down to the 8-yard line. 3rd and goal. Now Love. And he's going to go down yet again. He has been under fire all game long.
If they win this game, this pass rush is going to be a big reason why. The 5 sacks speak for itself, but their ability to disrupt the timing of this offense, that can't be overstated.
Brandon McManus and the field goal unit come on. This will be an even 40-yard attempt. McManus's kick is good. And the Packers cut 3 off the lead, but they still face a sizable deficit.
So it's not exactly what you're looking for when you set out on a drive, but at the same time, you don't want to come away empty-handed either. So in this case, they'll take those 3 points.
And he'll be brought down right around the 25-yard line. The Lions offense and their quarterback headed out for their next possession. And we show you some of the highlights, and there have been plenty to choose from. 3 touchdown passes and some other big-time throws as well. Certainly dialed in and on top of his game right throughout this one. From the 25, they'll go to work. 1st and 10. On the ground, Montgomery to start the drive. Trying to find some place to go, but nothing developing. Tackled behind the line. It's a loss of 1. 2nd and 11.
At the 23-yard line.
Here's Goff. To the right side, that's St. Brown. That's a good gain there. It's going to wind up just a couple of yards shy of that 1st down. Now, on 3rd and 2, they'll try and throw for it. And he's going to have the 1st down taken down after a short pickup of 5, but it will keep the drive going.
1st and 10 at the 38-yard line.
They move Laporta, sending him in motion. On 1st down, it's Goff. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be 2nd down. Out of the shotgun, it's Goff. Right side, it's Laporta, the tight end. And he's going to be dropped after a pickup of about 5. Backfield empties. 5 receivers in the formation for 3rd down and 5. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
And up until this point, this has been an incredibly efficient game from this quarterback. I mean, it's hard to think. Here we are in the 2nd half, and that's only his 2nd incomplete pass. So finally, the defense is able to do something to disrupt his timing and finally try to get him out of this groove.
And a pretty good punt there. Fair catch taken right around the 11-yard line. The Packers offense ready to get back at it. And look, they've been out of sorts throughout, Greg. They haven't had any answer for this pass rush all game.
Yeah, and it's really showing up in the sacks and also just in their ability to prevent any yards, any completions. This has just been a dominant pass defense performance here, and everything starts with the rush. The quarterback's uncomfortable. The clock gets sped up. He's got guys in his face. It's a lot easier to play defensive back and in some of these coverage units when you know that ball's got to come out fast, and right now they're teeing off and taking advantage of it.
That is intercepted by the first-round pick from Alabama, Terrion Arnold. And he is going to bring this one back. A DB's dream. A pick six for touchdown. The defense is having a day. They extend the lead with Greg their second pick six of the game.
And that's just something you don't see very often in the NFL, Mike. I mean, you might see a handful of games each year where there's one pick six, but to get two pick sixes in the same game, this defense is on fire.
Here's Bates for the extra point. It's up and through. And the Lions stretch things out even further. The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. Here comes a return from the 3. He'll get this past the 20 before he's brought down shy of the 25-yard line. The visitors' offense and quarterback Jordan Love heading back out there. And as we take you back through the highlights, there aren't many of them from a quarterbacking perspective. He's been unable to sustain a lot in any of these drives and does not have a touchdown pass to this point. So here's a 1st and 10 now. They'll start from the 24. He'll get this out wide, and they'll get about half of what they needed. It's a pickup of 5 and sets up 2nd and 5. In motion, Reed. On 2nd down, Jacobs. And tough running there. He's up to the 32. Alex Anzalone in for the tackle. Now a 3rd and 2. Here's a handoff to Jacobs. And he's going to have it up for the 1st down. We'll mark him up at the 39-yard line. So we are through 3. We'll have more Thursday Night Football after this. So from the 39, they come up on 1st and 10. Love. They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete. They'll try again here. 2nd and 10. Back to throw is Love. Here's a screen taken in by Jacobs. And they bring him down, but not until he crosses midfield.
You know, it's really been a one-sided game, but how often do we see in the 4th quarter the team that finds themselves down by a lot, they start to come alive? I think it's a combination of trying to end the game on a positive note, but also sometimes that defense getting a little lackadaisical.
They'll come up here on 2nd down and 5. To throw is Love. Over the middle, he fits it into Dobbs. He's going to be taken down at about the 30. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is 1st down and 10. Here's Love to throw. The open man is Reed. He's got it. And he's close to another 1st down as he's brought down just shy of the marker. 2nd and a yard. From the gun, here comes Jacobs. And nothing on that one, back to the line of scrimmage, and that is it. Now after the run, we get a stoppage for an injured player. That not a welcome development here late in a one-sided game. Dobbs headed in motion. On 3rd down, they go with Jacobs. Oh, the defense beats him in the backfield. They stopped him dead in his tracks. and set up 4th down.
Just feels like this has been the story of the day for this offense. Just unable to get anything going on the ground, and a big reason they find themselves trailing and another loss of yards.
It's the tight end Kraft in motion. Now or never, they'll throw on 4th down. And that is not going to work. Incomplete, and they turn it over on downs.
You find yourself down big. It's the 4th quarter. There's really no choice but to go for this at this point. But once again, this defense, they're up to the task, and they come through yet again with a huge stop.
This drive starts at the 21. It's 1st and 10. Goff with the give to Montgomery. And this will be a Lions 1st down as he's got this up to about the 34-yard line.
Here's a case of an offense just piling on. You're really imposing your will on the defense. Everyone in the stadium knows you're going to run it. The defense knows it. You know it. And no matter what they do, they have no answers whatsoever.
And he'll get about 5.
A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5 at the 39-yard line.
They'll stay on the ground. Again, Montgomery. And this defense up to the task there. Gain of just 2, and it's 3rd down.
It's a gain of 2. Brings up 3rd and 3.
They'll try and run it here with Montgomery. And he is going to have a Lions 1st down, I do believe. Gets it by about a yard on 3rd and 3.
1st and 10 at the 45-yard line.
One more time for Montgomery. And he'll take this forward for about 3. It's 2nd down.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7.
On the handoff, it's Montgomery. And not much there. He's back to the original line. No gain on that one. What can they do here on 3rd down and 7? From the gun, it's Goff. That's a short one caught by Laporta. Following the completion, we'll get a stoppage here for an injured player. That not a welcome development here late in a one-sided game. From the 39, here's a 1st and 10. They'll run with Montgomery. And that's the way you want to run it on 1st down. A gain of 7. Here's 2nd and 3 to go. So just under 2 minutes here in this one. Greg and I back for the conclusion in a moment. On 2nd down, Montgomery. And he'll be close to a 1st down. A gain of a couple as they mark him just short. They have converted twice on 3rd down on this drive, and they need a yard here with 3rd and 1. Oh, a bad time to run out of time. They don't get the playoff on
Delayed
3rd
game.
and short.
Still 3rd down.
So instead of 3rd and short, it's now 3rd and 6. Here's a handoff to Montgomery. A gain of 16 yards. 1st down, Detroit.
So when you're evaluating the impact of a team's run game, I think it's important at the end of the game to look back and say, okay, how many yards did they run for? But more importantly, when did those yards come? Did I run for those yards in the 4th quarter, which typically means I had to lead? That's the sign of a successful run game, as opposed to getting a lot of meaningless yards early in the game.
Here's Montgomery. He'll work forward only to about the 18. Here's a 2nd and 9.
Brings up 2nd and 9 at the Packers' 18-yard line.
So it's a win here for the Lions. And this long winning streak showing no signs of slowing down. They put one more in the win column with yet another solid performance here. So that'll just about do it for Greg Olsen and our entire team. I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. It's a win for the Lions as we say so long from downtown Detroit.